This is the cheapest 35mm black and white film available in 2024. Coming up, I'm going to introduce you to Ilford FP4 Plus motion picture film. As you can see in this box here, it does exist, even though you've probably never heard of it. I'll tell you more about this film, where you can get this film. I'll tell you how much this film costs. I'll share some example photos, and I'll pass you over to Dan to show you how you package this film from this to this, so you can use it in your 35mm camera. Hello, welcome, Matt here from MrLeica.com. So if you're a regular viewer, you know I love my Leica cameras, and so for that reason, where possible, I try to save a bit of money when it comes to shooting film. In the past, I've shot with a lot of foam and pan film, Kentmere film, and I've even bulk rolled my own Kodak XX film. Those were the cheapest alternatives until Ilford FP4 Plus movie film hit the scene. Now, there's a good chance you've never seen this film before, unless perhaps you watch my Instagram stories. Feel free to follow me on MrLeica.com. So what is Ilford FP4 Plus motion picture film? It probably is what it sounds like. It's Ilford FP4 Plus film that was designed for motion picture. Therefore, instead of being sold in 35mm cans, it was sold in 400mm cans. If you've never seen a 400-foot roll of film, here's a 400-foot roll of Kodak XX. This is what I've been shooting over the last maybe 4 or 5 years or so. If you try doing a Google search for Ilford FP4 Plus, type 517, which is the official name, you'll realise there's almost no information on the internet about this. So where did this film come from? Now, there's a company in the UK called Analog Cameras, which I discovered when I bought my MPP 4x5 camera, and we've kind of stayed in touch ever since. They buy and sell used camera equipment, and someone reached out to them and said, "Hey Dan, I've got a storage container full of dark room equipment. Would you like to buy the whole lot as like a job lot?" So Dan went over in his van to see what they had, and in this container was boxes and boxes of 400-foot roll of expired Ilford FP4 Plus motion picture film, which had been cold stored. So Dan was telling me, he's like, I had the decision to make. Do I make a gamble, buy all of this film, not knowing if it's trash or not, and then just fingers crossed it's going to be usable? So he took the gamble. He bought the entire container load of equipment, including boxes and boxes of motion picture film. He then got back to his lab and he started doing testing. Ever since I bought my 4x5 camera from Dan, we've kind of kept in touch. I remember him sending me this message, and there's like a picture, and there was just this like pile of film, and he's like, "Matt, I'm going to send you some film to test." So I've been shooting this Ilford FP4 Plus alongside my other films, and then Dan's been doing a bit more scientific testing. So for Dan to test fresh FP4 against expired FP4 movie film, he bought a Highland densometer and then used that to measure the blacks between fresh film and expired film. He could then calculate the additional developing time needed for expired film to give you similar blacks to fresh film, if you can follow that. So basically, you can shoot expired FP4 motion picture film at ISO 50, ISO 100. They're probably the best two. And then if you really want to push it, ISO 200. And then by using the developing times supplied by Analog Cameras, you can get usable results. It's not as difficult as it sounds. I just did my usual push process where I just developed the film for slightly longer than fresh film, and I got great results. I will show you some results as we get into the video. When Stan was happy with the results, he's like, right, now I need to buy a bulk loader so I can move the film from 400-foot rolls into 35mm cans. He bought individual metal cartridges, film pots, labels, everything, and then started moving the film from the 400-foot rolls to individual cans to make available at Analog Cameras. As I say, Analog Cameras sell tons of amazing cameras, lenses, and darkroom equipment. So if you're ever looking to buy some camera gear, feel free to check out Analog Cameras. This is not a sponsored video. I actually offered to them, I said, guys, send me a few rolls of film and I'll make you a video, because I don't think people are going to find this film purely from your website. I don't think it's got a big enough reach. So here I am trying to spread the word to help the film community get affordable black and white film. If you enjoy this video, please like it, share it, tell everybody, to let other people benefit from affordable film. That means we can shoot more, take more pictures, and create hopefully amazing art. I asked Dan to record a video to show you how film is spooled, so you can see the end-to-end process if you buy one of these rolls of film. Before we look at that, let's quickly look at some example photos so you can see how this film performs. Most of the film you're going to see is shot with either my Leica M3 or a vintage Leica 3 camera. This camera did actually have a hole in the shutter, so sorry for some of the light leaks in some of the images. Analog Cameras organise a photo walk in London, so the photos you're going to see first are me shooting with a Leica 3 camera and with a Fast 50 1.2, shooting it at f2, and I was exposing the film at rating it between 50 and 100, and I developed it just by adding a little bit more time to my standard developing time for, say, developing, I don't know, Foma 100 or Kentmere 400 or any other normal film. As I say, Dan does provide the full developing instructions. I just have my own wacky method, so I just did it my own way. Really happy with the results. I thought it felt very non-digital, and to me that's a huge plus. Happy enough that, yeah, I'm going to switch this film as soon as I finish my other film. Really happy with the results. As you know, if you've seen the channel before, I normally shoot models, so you may have seen Asher in the Sumar video. If you've not seen that video, check it out in my playlist. These were shot with the same vintage camera and a close-up adapter, so it allowed me to get really close. If you're new here, you want to see more from this shoot, feel free to hit subscribe, because I've got a full video coming from the same shoot where I was using a different lens on the digital camera. So more to come from Asher, amazing model, and we're already talking about doing our next shoot together. Really happy with the results. I'll show you some more photos in the next video. Okay, what did you think? Now I know what you're saying, like, Matt, just shut up and tell us how much this film costs. I'm like, okay. This film, 36 exposures, costs £2.99 in 2024, the time of making this video. Analog Cameras is in the UK, so if you're in the UK, you can get this, obviously no problem. They do ship equipment worldwide, but the problem is, if film gets shipped worldwide, it's going to get zapped with the airport scanners. So I think if you're not based in the UK, you might be better to not buy this film, or maybe just buy a couple of rolls, risk it, and see how it comes out once it's gone through the airport scanners. If it's okay, obviously you can then buy some more. But obviously I think this is particularly useful if you live in the UK, or if you're visiting the UK, maybe order some to a friend or relative's house and pick it up when you get there. £2.99. Okay, enough from me. Let me hand over to Dan, and he'll show you how he spools this film and moves it from a 400-foot roll to the cartridges and all the tools involved to get it from start to finish to then make it available for you guys. Over to Dan.
Hi, this is Dan from Analog Cameras. Just introducing our new Ilford FP4 Type 517 cine film. So we were fortunate enough to happen upon a large storage unit full of this film. So it came in 400-foot boxes. We've got hundreds of these boxes. So rather than let it go to waste, we decided to invest in a automatic spooling machine, as you can see here, and thousands and thousands of these metal canisters and plastic containers, so we can bring you a cheap, affordable black and white film. So this is the equipment we have for respooling film here. So to load the 400-foot reels of FP4 motion picture film, we have this automatic bulk loader from Reflex Lab. So it's a case of loading the 400-foot reel into the tank behind. Then attaching the film to the film leader, and then it's an automated process. Which is really useful when you've got tens of thousands of rolls to get through. We've got these fantastic metal, high quality canisters. There were plastic ones available, but we decided to go for the metal ones just because they are a bit nicer. And then we've also got the plastic tubs to ship them in. So we've got the stickers there, that go on the outer side, and this is the stickers which go on the film. Again, this is all a hand process. And in the background there, you can see our tape machine for taping the leader onto the tongue. And also our leader cutter, so there's a perfect film leader for every role.
Thanks, Dan. So that's a kind of slick operation version of what I do with my basic bulk loader when I spool my own Kodak XX film, and have done for the last kind of 5-6 years or so. I do love the metal cans they went for in silver. I think it gives a really nice kind of retro look. If you're wondering, Ilford have approved the labelling. You might wonder, how can analog cameras sell an Ilford product? Dan did reach out to Ilford because I did ask, and he's like, yes, they approve my labels and we can sell this because Ilford don't sell the same film. So just if you're wondering the kind of the legalities of it all. With that, a huge thanks to Dan and the Analog Cameras team for making black and white film more affordable again. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. As I say, please share it to help spread the word on this affordable film. I think it will really help the film community, where we're all struggling with the high prices of film in 2024. As always, a huge thanks to my awesome patrons. Link below to more content. Feel free to subscribe, and see you in the next video.